It was a killing that led to an international manhunt, with the killer eventually being captured in Southampton almost a year after he'd attacked his elderly boyfriend and fled the scene. It's believed Michael Paulding may have lain dying of his injuries for several days.
It's absolutely horrendous. Yeah. He's beneath contempt, totally. And
he's just
a
monster, just an evil monster.
They'd met 3 years earlier, after Michael Paulding had answered an ad for a male escort, but the financial relationship turned into a friendship. They then moved into a rented flat in Brighton together. Pisano then set about emptying his bank account. Money, the prosecution said, was the motive for the killing. The discovery of Michael Paulding's decomposing body at the flat in Brighton several weeks later raised the police's suspicions.
Starting with Ricardo Pisano, but he also uses...
Publicity followed. Pisano was already known as an international fraudster who served time in New Zealand. After hearing the jury find him not guilty of murder but guilty of manslaughter by a majority of 10-2, Pisano shouted from the dock, "I hope you sleep well, I am innocent." He then held his head in his hands and began to cry.
I think it's dreadful what he did. He, as the judge has just said, he bled Michael dry of his money, and he's left him to rot in his own home, and that's unforgivable.
Pisano was sentenced to 18.5 years for manslaughter, grievous bodily harm and preventing the lawful burial of a body. He'll also be deported back to South Africa when his sentence is completed. Paul Seagert, BBC South East Today, Lewis.